So I've been doing a lot of consulting calls this past week, and on those calls, people ask a lot of questions. Now, some of those questions are good, and some of them are bad, but one question in particular keeps coming up again and again, and in my opinion, it's a bit of a misguided question. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to tell you what the question is. I'm going to explain to you why it's a bad question, and I'm going to also suggest to you what is a different set of questions you should be asking that will help grow your clothing brand in a much more sound and foundational way. So in order to do this, I'm going to borrow this blank wall right here. So it's a blank wall. Imagine that this wall, there's an imaginary pyramid in the shape of a triangle. How's a pyramid built? Well, there's blocks on the bottom, there's blocks on the second layer, there's blocks on the third layer, and at the top, there's a single block. The question that people have been asking me is a question that is a little small block right here at the top. And that question is something along the lines of this. It goes like, how should I run my meta ads? Or what is the best campaign structure for my meta ads? Or what kind of settings should I use on my ad set in my meta ads? Those questions are top of the pyramid questions. And what does this pyramid even mean? Well, at the top of the pyramid, the questions are very specific. They're very tactical marketing questions, such as what settings should my Klaviyo campaign be? What should my meta ad settings be? But for most people, that's simply not the questions that you should be asking at your stage in your business. So what are the rest of the questions on each of these layers? If the top question is about specific meta ad strategy, then this layer right here is a question such as, what is my overall marketing strategy? In which meta ads is just specifically one part of. So what is the third layer? Because the second layer, there's still people that should not even be talking about marketing strategy yet, right? First of all, you shouldn't be talking about meta strategy. It's very specific. It's way too specific for where you are in your business. You shouldn't be talking about marketing strategy because you can't do marketing if you don't have this layer, which is your business fundamentals. Now, what goes into business fundamentals for a clothing brand? Well, you have a few things. You have product, customer experience, and also your cost structure or your gross margin on your product. Because even if you had the best marketing strategy and you literally hired the number one, rank one, S tier, meta media buyer in the whole world, if you have a 30% gross margin on your products, meaning like you buy a hoodie for $40 and you sell it for $60, this top tier meta buyer is not going to make that profitable, right? So people are skipping these foundational questions like, do I even have a product that people want? You shouldn't be asking what the campaign structure of your meta account is if you can't even tell me that people want your product. You can't tell me that this is a good product that will sell in the market. You can't even tell me if you have a good supply chain in which you can quickly and efficiently get the products from the factory to your house and ship it out to a customers where the customers will be happy and they could repeat and have a lot of LTV so that the whole marketing strategy is profitable. And lastly, you can't even tell me that your product has a good profit margin, because if you don't have a good profit margin, then your marketing strategy is going to suck, because even if it is a good marketing strategy, it's not going to be a profitable one. And that's the thing that people are getting wrong right now when they're starting up a clothing brand, or they're doing 5 to 10K a month and they're asking these top level questions here at the top. And the bottom layer, this is going to get a little bit too philosophical, but the bottom layer is like, should I even be doing a clothing brand in the first place? Right? It's like, dude, who cares about the meta strategy? Who cares about the marketing strategy? Who cares about the product? Is a clothing brand business even right for me to do at this stage in my life with the skills that I have and the interests that I have as well. Like, do I even care about this, or do I even care about clothing? Or did I just see it on some random influencer or YouTube video that says how to make 10K a month on your clothing brand, and you got drawn in? Or should you instead be doing a SaaS, or, if you're good at sales, maybe you should be doing high ticket closing. Like, don't just get sucked into clothing because you saw a video or you saw someone else make money, because there's a million ways to make money. So what I urge you to do is ask yourself these questions, but in the order of importance. Don't start with your Klaviyo strategy or campaign strategy. Start with, should I even be running a clothing brand? Because I'm going to tell you, as someone who's running $1 million clothing brand, it's not for the faint of heart, right? You really have to love clothing. The margins are slim. The supply chain sucks. Like, it really costs a lot of money to bring clothing from China over to America. And if you're producing in America, you're going to pay $35 to $40 for a hoodie. And do you have a good enough brand strategy to be able to sell $100 plus hoodies? Probably not if it's one of your first times making a company. So the point of this video is just ask the right questions. Should you even be doing a clothing brand? Do I have the right business fundamentals set up? Product, quality, customer experience, supply chain, cost of goods sold, profit margin. Do those make sense? Because if they don't, then no marketing strategy is going to help you. The only one that can help you is probably Jesus or something, because it's something divine, because it's not going to be marketing. It's not going to be marketing. It's not going to be your meta strategy. So anyway, I hope this helped. It's just something I've been noticing on my coaching consulting calls. So yeah, peace.